Today on the Daily Eco, we're going to explain what firestorms are, how they form, and the risks they represent. Let's get started. What are firestorms and why do they occur? A firestorm is a wildfire that reaches such intensity that it creates a self-sustaining system of fire, wind, and heat. Hot air rises rapidly, generating a powerful updraft that sucks in oxygen from the surrounding, feeding the flames even more. This leads to strong, erratic winds and phenomena like fire whirls, which make the blaze nearly impossible for emergency teams to control. Firestorms don't happen spontaneously. They require very intense fires, extreme weather conditions, and dry vegetation. When these factors align, a wildfire can evolve into its own storm, spreading across vast areas. The causes of firestorms. Some key factors that favor their appearance include high-intensity fires concentrated in a small area, releasing enormous amounts of heat and driving strong updrafts. Extreme weather conditions, very high temperatures, humidity below 30%, and persistent dry winds. Combined with accumulated dry vegetation, this creates the perfect fuel. Challenging terrain, like steep slopes or canyons, which funnel winds and concentrate heat, intensifying the fire. How do firestorms form? The process unfolds in 4 stages. Intense heat release. The fire generates massive columns of rising hot air. Convective column formation. Smoke, ash, and gases are lifted high into the sky, while fresh oxygen is pulled in, fueling the fire further. Pyrocumulonimbus development. If the column reaches high altitudes, it creates storm-like clouds that can produce lightning and rain, though often not enough to extinguish the fire, sometimes even sparking new ones. Extreme phenomena. Fire whirls and unpredictable winds emerge, making suppression efforts even more dangerous. Risks and consequences. Firestorms are devastating because they spread uncontrollably, jumping natural or artificial barriers in minutes. Erratic winds can suddenly shift, trapping people in emergency crews. They create towering pyrocumulus clouds that reach over 10 kilometers high, producing lightning, thunder, and rainfall that often fails to put out the flames. These 6th-generation wildfires have already been documented in countries like Spain, Portugal, and Canada, challenging conventional firefighting strategies. Climate change connection. Climate change is driving the conditions that make firestorms more likely. Heat waves, drought, and rural land abandonment have turned landscapes into vast reservoirs of fuel. As a result, we are seeing more frequent and more intense firestorms, a clear signal of our escalating climate crisis. Why prevention is key. When fires reach this level of intensity, traditional firefighting methods lose effectiveness. Aircraft are often grounded because of the violent winds. Even ground crews struggle to get close safely. The real solution lies in prevention. Regular clearing of vegetation, preventive grazing, controlled burns, ecological restoration, constant monitoring. Recent examples of firestorms. In the summer of 2025, the Lleida wildfire in Spain became a 6th-generation firestorm. It produced a 14-kilometer high pyrocumulus cloud and 28 kilometers per hour winds that spread the flames within minutes, forcing mass evacuations. Another tragic case was the 2017 Pedrógão Grande wildfire in Portugal, a devastating event that showed firestorms are no longer rare, but clear warnings of our global crisis. Impact on communities and ecosystems. Communities face the loss of homes, health, and lives. Ecosystems take decades to recover. Ash initially enriches the soil with nutrients, but it also causes erosion, microbial loss, and pH imbalances. Understanding how firestorms form, their signals, and their risks is essential to protecting both people and ecosystems. It's not just about putting out fires, it's about preventing them from growing so intense that they create storms of their own. We must adapt to this new climate reality and rethink our relationship with forests and wildlands. If you want to keep learning about environmental challenges, don't miss the playlist we've linked here. Tell us, have you been surprised by the firestorms? See you next time, environmentalists.